Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just another energy stock here. Energy sector is about the only one that is in the green, worth bragging about. I've been watching this one for a while, see if it's going to go any lower. It's a decent stock to watch. This is NextEra Energy, ticker NEE. You can see what it's done here over the last year. Not a whole lot. Just gained 5%. It's had its ups and downs. Run up here to 93, back down to 72. So it's just kind of up and down. You probably could trade this one. You see it runs up, down, and so on. Just kind of like a mountains or a ski slope. So down over 8.33% in the last 3 months. In the past month, it's actually 2.5%. Here in the past week, up 1%, and here today, so up over 2.68%. So don't see too many stocks like that green for a couple months, but this one is. So if you don't know much about this one, it's an electric power and energy infrastructure company. Feel free to pause and go over the rest. Founded in 1984, $153.37 billion market cap. High today of 78.24, low of 75.32, 52-week high of 93.73, and a low of 67.22. It's got a decent dividend, 2.13, average volume 10.35 million, and daily volume 3.51 here today. So 71% buy on this one. And here's a look at their earnings. So as you can see, they have went down, but it looks like they've beat on earnings about every time. So by the way the chart looks, and the next one is expected on July 22nd. So if you're in this one, you might want to put that date on your calendar. Over here on Microsoft Bing, currently showing it as a buy with a 1-year price target to $90.63. Rising fast, up 2.82%. The previous close price was $76, so it's up a little bit for today even. So NorthCrest Asset Management LLC takes position in NextEra Energy, NEE. So in the first quarter, the holdings reports the fund acquired 9,912 shares of the utilities provider stock, valued at approximately $840,000. Several other institutional investors have also recently added or reduced their stake in NEE. Controvisory Investment Management increased their stake as well, and I'm not going to read all those to you. You can feel free to pause and go over the rest there for yourself. Or else you can go right to the defenseworld.net and read it for yourself there on their website as well. So several research firms have recently issued reports on NEE. Morgan Stanley lowered their price objective on NextEra Energy from 88 to 86 and set it equal weight. So here's kind of some other ratings. Feel free to pause and go over that. In other news, director bought 10,000 shares of the business stock in a transaction that occurred on Tuesday, May 3rd. The shares were bought at an average of $70.19 per share for a total transaction of $701,900. So you got some other transactions going on. Feel free to pause and go over the rest of those. Kind of goes over earnings per share here and their company profile. So they generate, transmit, distribute, and sell electrical power to retail and wholesale customers in North America. The company generates electricity through wind, solar, and I've talked a lot about these a lot here on the channel, especially solar. Also develops, construction, operates long-term contracted assets that consists of clean energy. So kind of a stable stock, kind of like AT&T, doesn't move a lot. You get a decent dividend, kind of like Intel, IBM. They just don't move much. Appreciate just a tad bit, but you get the dividend. But for the most part, don't really lose much on these also. So next NextEra stake lifted by Creative Financial Designs. So again, kind of some more buying and selling going on. So I'm just going to scroll through this. Again, it's kind of some of the same information, just a different company buying and trading inside of the stock. So the reason I picked this one is it's a more popular energy stock, and I'm just kind of looking for some different energy plays out there. I did one on Dominion Energy yesterday, so probably not your favorite stock. It's not sexy by any means, but like I said, it's safe and you get the dividend. But they last posted their earnings results on Thursday, April 21st. The utilities provider reported 74 cents earnings per share for the quarter, beating analysis consensus estimates of 69 cents by 5 cents. So they did beat, so that's always nice to see. Company also recently announced a quarterly dividend, which was paid on Wednesday, June 15th. Investors of record on Tuesday, May 31st were paid 0.425 or 42.5 cents dividend. The ex-dividend date was Friday, May 27th. Represents $1.70 dividend on an annualized basis. So you can do the math. If you had 60, 70 some shares, you would be getting a new share basically for free every month. And if you wanted to live off of that, you just have to take that. So the $1.70 dividend on an annualized basis, if you wanted to live off of that, you'd have to figure out how many shares you would need to live off of. So just take that by the share price. So I'm not going to do the math here on the channel. You can figure that one out on your own. So there is a nice calculator on TD Ameritrade's website that's pretty nice to play around with and just kind of figure out what your income would be off of some of dividend stocks. But Creative Financial Designs, gross stock holdings in NextEra Energy, and again, kind of some more buying and selling going on. So again, just going to scroll through this one, and for those of you that want to read through that. So otherwise, you can find it on etfdailynews.com. So moving on here over to Reddit. Overpriced. I'd have to do some math on it to see, but it looks like it's came down and it hasn't really moved a whole lot, so it's probably priced at what it's gonna, pretty close to what it's gonna be staying at. So and not much. So again, it's just a good clean energy stock. So just trying to find some safer plays to throw out there and give some people some ideas. Again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, just stating my opinion. Over here on StockTwits, currently at $78.13. Low of $67.22, high of $93.73. Today's 5 strongest in my account. So Enphase, probably due to do a video on that one. I used to have that one. This is Solar Edge. NEE that we're talking about. This is Lockheed Martin. I've done 1 or 2 videos on them, and Chipotle. Don't believe I've done a video on that one. So over here on MSN Money, currently showing it as a buy with a 1-year price of $90.63. So like I said, a little bit of appreciation and some dividend income there, if that's what you're looking for. A little bit safer play. So that is it for NextEra Energy. If you have any other energy stocks out there you want me to take a look at, make a video, I'd be happy to do that as well. If there's any stocks out there you would just like to see a video on, whether it be in MJ. I talk a lot about MJ here on the channel and several other things. So that is it for this one. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.